no, sits. Essa produce muy bien. Lara muy bien. Lucy sits. Lucy. Lucy sits. Lucy. Muy bien. Jetty sits. 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 Jetty sits. Sit. Sits. Sits. Muy bien, vamos. Adios. Good morning. A kind of quiet day around here. It's a little busier, but it's kind of quiet. Lucy, yeah. Of course, Jerry's going crazy. Jetty! But it's kind of randomly talking today about just how much people get too caught up in stuff. And they don't really realize life is not real. Like it's that Bill Hicks thing. It's just a ride. So people get really caught up and think this is all real. And they gotta realize it's not. Of course, you know, it's kind of real. And for that reason, you know, it's good to do like good things, and it makes you feel good actually. We're actually made that way unless we're sociopathic. And there's a few people like that, but without government, they wouldn't really be a big problem, but they all go in the government, of course. You know, if you get really wrapped up, you know, gotta, like, the conservative sort of people, those are interesting sort of people, because they want to keep things the same. Well, that's fine if you want to keep things the same in your personal life, but if you want to use guns to make other people keep everything the same, that's kind of nuts. But, oh, we gotta, well, it's been this way for a while, so we gotta keep it like this. Oh, yeah? Yeah, go ahead and try. And that'll always end up in just complete disaster. Life's gonna happen with or without you. And it's, you know, the people are just trying to cling to it. You know, it's kind of sad. They gotta get out of it. And, you know, they're doing just as much damage to themselves as they are to anyone else. Because they're totally unhappy. They wake up every day and they're like, oh, this is changing and that's changing. So yeah, don't know if you've paid attention. Everything's always changing. Then you have the other people, and they're kind of like, well, we got to change this. But they want to change it to, you know, whatever their version of. But they want to do it with guns. That's sort of like the more liberal types. And they're like, oh, but we're really nice. We see how stupid that it is that those people don't want anything to change, but we're the nice ones, so we're going to use guns and force you to fucking change. It's like, no, God, stop it. Everyone stop using the guns. Bunch of violent status. But them too, they're a little different though. They're a bit more like, well, nothing matters. I think things do matter, but life just isn't that real. I think that's the distinction. So they're more like, well, we're just, and this is all on purpose, by the way. So that's the thing, once you realize how it all works, it all becomes obvious why it's how it is. I don't know. So it's, let's do this. Muy bien, Rango. Jerry, ven. Jerry. Jerry, ven. Jerry's always the troublemaker. Jerry, ven. Jerry, ven. Ven, Jerry. Jerry, ven. 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 Jerry, ven. Jerry. Jerry, ven. Jerry, ven. Ven. Jerry, ven. Jerry. Is he scared of those dogs again? Alright, we'll go this way. I don't care. It's not that important. Nothing really matters that much. Things do matter, don't get me wrong. But people take life way too seriously. So yeah, these people have been scammed into believing that nothing at all is important. Like we're not anything special In fact, a lot of these people hate humans, and they've a lot of this has been done on purpose to trick them. So they're like, oh yeah, well, there's no real reason we're here or anything. You know, it's a big bang, and now we're just here. We used to be rats, now we're this. And who knows what we'll be in a few more years. We'll just be garbage. So, you know, that's what those people believe. The truth is somewhere in between. I'm not saying I know the exact truth. I just know it's not what they think, and the other side as well. Actually, no one really knows. But what I do know is people take life way too seriously. And they get really wrapped up, like it's amazing. Like some people are like, oh, I have to get this college degree or some piece of paper. Why? So I can get a job. Why? So I can get a house and a death contract. Why? Because that's what I'm supposed to do. Who told you this? Where are you getting your information? That's a weird thing that you want. Don't you love something and don't you really want to do that? Because that's what you should be doing. We've all been programmed. And I'm still very programmed. I've just started waking up from it in the last couple of years. Jerry, yeah. Jerry, Ben. Oh, Jerry. It's always Jerry. Jerry, Ben. Ay, travieso. Ah, Jerry. The smallest chihuahua, of course. It's sort of the same in like human life. The smallest and weakest, not necessarily the smallest, but the weakest, are usually the most aggressive because they're so scared. That's why the big dogs so much, like my boxer, she's not particularly scared of any of these people, so she's not going to bark at them because she's not scared. But Jerry's kind of scared because if they step on him, he's dead. So that makes some sense. It just sucks when it's humans who are acting like these dogs. I get the dogs. It actually makes some sense why they do it. Like, if my chihuahuas didn't bark, we'd probably step on them by accident. So they need to be very aware and bark. You can just lie in your bed and kill them so by accident if they're under the covers, which they always are. But anyway. Yeah, so we're all brainwashed. I'm still just every day finding new stuff I'm totally brainwashed on. It's actually been great. And I know a lot of people get really, this freaks them out to find out just how much everything's a lie and how much they've been lied to and how much they've been programmed like robots. And they get really upset. That's sort of that mindset of, oh, but this world has to be this way. And when it's not like that, it's very upsetting. So you gotta let go of that. And that's a lot of meditation sort of stuff. Just relax. Things are gonna change. A lot of this stuff it's total programming and stuff like that. I actually find it exciting, so I'm different. Every time I find out I was wrong about something, I get like really excited. I'm like, oh man, can't believe I fell for that. I'm so excited, I know now. A lot of the other people are different. I don't know why. But they will, when they hear something, and they kind of find out they're wrong, whatever it is, 9/11 or whatever, they get really scared or upset. I don't understand that. They're too bought into reality, life. They think it's all super real. It's just a game, it's just a ride. Not to say that you should go out and kill people because it's just a game or ride. There's actual rules, as far as I can tell, and they're all very anarchist. Basically the law of nature, the law of natural law. Don't hurt anybody, don't steal from people, and you actually will get your retribution one way or another. I think karma and just your own conscience does it a lot. Now a lot of people don't have a conscience, not a lot, but some. For whatever reason, I'm not sure why, but sociopaths and psychopaths, people like Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama and Donald Trump and all them. forgot what my point was. I have too many points. Another beautiful day here, though. And it's very dangerous here in Mexico. Another thing you've been lied to about. Yeah, don't come here. I see so many people over the years who say they'd never go to Mexico, ever. Yeah, I can see why. They believe the programming, television programming. It's called programming for a reason. We're all programmed. Oh yeah, so people get really upset when they find out that what they thought was real wasn't real. I don't get it. I guess they're too like tied into this, like this is all real. And then as soon as something changed and they're like, oh, I was lied to about this, like, oh gosh, oh boy, this is horrible, I was wrong. Now, what is life? I don't even know. Oh, horror. Let's relax. It's kind of like a fun game to find out all this stuff. See, the dogs don't care. They're like, whatever. We just found something here. It smells good, or interesting at least. Let's check that out. What, there's a possible war in the Middle East? Yeah, whatever. I'm just smelling stuff over here. They do whatever they gotta do. It's their life, not mine. So yeah, just if you're like that, like, oh, when you're online, this is a big one. I still get this, by the way. But I get it, I really quickly recognize it and stop it. Someone will say something really moronic or really attacking you in some way, and you want to just jump right back at them. I still do this. I have learned not to more and more, and I learned to recognize it and to go, what are you doing? It's one guy out of 7 billion people who probably is saying it just because he wants to get that reaction from you. So he actually wants to. It's actually telekinetically affect your emotions. That's what he's doing, right? He's sitting there somewhere like thousands of miles away. He's like, watch, I can make Jeff Berwick lose his mind. And they think that's great because they have no power in their lives. They're usually losers. They've never done anything. So they're like, well, there's some people who are doing some stuff, but they're not so great because I can actually screw with their minds. And they can with a lot of people. Not with me so much anymore. Really not at all anymore. But I do catch myself. Like someone will say something and I'll be like, oh, I got to respond. And they'll be like, wait a sec. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And I just forgot it right then. But that took me a while. A lot of people are still like that. That's where the whole meme comes from on the internet. Which is, I can't come to sleep just yet, honey. Someone's wrong on the internet. First of all, though, people need to realize they're probably wrong too. So much, I meet really smart people who have no clue about what's really going on. So be careful about really wanting to say you're right about something. Now, of course, if it's something very cut and dry, that's easier, like 2 + 2 = 4 or whatever. But if it's like something like, what happened in history, or how money works, or the shape of the earth, or what life is, right? Religion, spirituality. To be very sure is a sign of, well, without any proof, and there is no proof of any of those things that I just mentioned. There's some evidence of some things, like with money. There's, that's why they call it the quantitative theory of money, but they're all theories. And a lot of people act like they're facts, So be careful too. That's why I also don't like the, there's sort of like a bit of a meme that I'm kind of talking about right here, but a lot of other people do it too, and they're like, just get out there and do something. Yes, however, kind of know something before you do something. So that's what a lot of these people are doing. That's what the liberals are out there doing. They're like, well, let's go force our beliefs down everyone's throats with guns. And the conservative types they're like, we got to keep this the way it was. It's not even like that anymore, but we got to get it back to where it was. And we got to kill people or use guns to do it. It's like, for those people, don't do anything, please. Basically, just don't initiate violence. That's the only real rule. That's why anarchists are, and it's amazing how we get ragged on all the time, right? Even Jesus, if it was real, I don't know. I don't trust anything. I don't trust anything in this matrix. Nothing. But if it was real, you know, he was spreading a lot of good information, a lot of truth, a lot of do unto others as you want them to do unto you. Basically very anarchist. Yeah, he's basically executed. So, but it's all just this big game. Like, what else could it be? What, it's all super real? Is this all real? No, it's obviously not. So just remind yourself of that every now and then when you get a little upset or stressed out. And the coolest thing about what I've been discovering is, because I'm still like that to some extent. I'm not saying I'm perfect at all. Like, I still have days where I worry about money and stuff. And, you know, but more and more I'm like, I don't, what am I doing that for? That's ridiculous. And as I've been going through this fasting I've been doing, now I just eat fruit and vegetables, that's it, which you can just pick off the trees here if I wanted. So I really don't need anything. I've got everything I need. So you just start to realize you don't really need anything. And if you don't need anything, then why worry? And anything that does happen or will happen is an experience that is probably meant for me to learn from and to experience. That's what we're here to do, as far as I can tell. I don't know exactly, but it seems like that's why we're here. And so a lot of the sort of thoughts that I'm saying right now has all come to me through my lifestyle over the last few years, which is, you know, meditation and stuff like that. Just sort of letting stuff go, relaxing, starting to recognize the programming in your own mind. And you can really do that with meditation. You can also do it, you know what I found was the best for it so far is cannabis. I did cannabis again Sunday. That's why I'm kind of talking about this right now, probably. I heard the massages are really good. Just get your blood flowing, move the lymph system around. It's just really good for you, I heard. I never liked massages, actually, my entire life. I always felt guilty about it. I felt weird. Like, why is this person doing this? I should be doing this for someone else, you know? Like, this is thoughts going through my mind. I couldn't enjoy it. Now I can more, because I'm getting over all those programming and just stupid thoughts that just make no sense. Like, hey, you know, I work hard all day for other people. Why can't someone work hard for me for a little bit? You know, that's fine. I'm paying them. They're happy. They're happy to have a job. I'm happy to have a job. All good. Oh, there's that white duck. Yep, Jetty, yeah. Jetty. Let her in. Let her in. Jetty, yeah. Jetty. Letter's trying to play and Jerry's trying to bark at him. Jetty. Jetty, no. Jetty. Muy bien. Muy bien. Jetty, no. Jetty, no. He keeps coming closer and closer around my house lately. My daughter wants him, but I'm like, more dogs? Ah, Jetty. Forget what I was talking about again. It's not really important. Oh, cannabis. Yeah, so, I thought, well, I usually have a hard time relaxing when I'm getting a massage, which is weird, right? That's my programming. I don't deserve this. I should be helping other people. They shouldn't be helping me. I don't need any help. You know, let others help you. The whole thing I learned on ayahuasca. Still in there. Don't know if I'll ever fully get rid of it, right? But it's still in there for sure. And so I thought, oh, I'll take a bit of cannabis. I haven't taken any in a while anyway, and I do enjoy taking it every now and then to get new ideas and stuff. It's what a lot of people use it for. Most of the music in the world today came from cannabis, as far as I can tell. So I did it, and I took a bit too much by accident. And man, I was out like high for like 5 hours. couldn't do anything. But man, I had so many ideas. I went through a lot of my programming. I was like, oh, look at that. Look at how you just thought about that. That's the programming. So it's helpful. So yeah, if you're one of those people who worry about everything, I see everyone worry about the littlest things. You're getting upset about the littlest things. If you're doing that, you gotta snap out of it. You're killing yourself. Like I see people on Facebook will post like the most ridiculous little thing. Like I went to a restaurant and the service was a little bit slow. It ruined my day. Really? You gotta relax. You see people going nuts all the time. And what don't they teach you in all these government indoctrination camps or on television or anything? Meditation. That's part of the reason I think I enjoyed living and being in places like Thailand and China quite a bit. There's a lot of meditation, a lot of Buddhist related stuff. Jenny Ben? Jenny! Ben? He's got to bark it down. Jenny Ben! Jenny! Ben? Muy bien. Bruce, Ben! Oh, Bruce. Bruce! Ben! Ben! Bruce! Alright. So anyway, yeah, they don't teach you this stuff, so you got to do it on your own. So get into meditation. Just relax. It's just a ride. It's not all that serious. And at the very least, just don't use guns to make people do what you want. That's all I'm asking. Can we just get like some sort of agreement on that? Yeah, we don't use guns to make people do what we want. We bark at them sometimes, but we're just a little confused and a little scared sometimes. But otherwise, yeah, you just do whatever you want. It's fine. Muy bien, Lara. Muy bien, Lucy. Muy bien, Rango. Muy bien, Jerry. Hey, Bruce. That's my boy, Bruce.